Hello. In this exercise, we're going to talk about pull-offs and then work out the muscles we need to make doing them not feel so weird. So go grab your guitar. Let's try it. On the technique side of things, level 3 has been about different ways of getting multiple notes out of one pluck, which is called a slur. And a pull-off is just another way to do that. This is the third dexterity exercise of level 3, and it's going to be in the same form as the last two, so if you feel like you need a more detailed explanation of the exercise or what a slur is in music, then I'd start with this playlist first. A pull-off is like the opposite of a hammer-on, which was the second dexterity exercise in level 3. If you want to slur a lower note to a higher note, you have to hammer your finger on. But if you wanted to do the opposite, if you wanted to go from a higher note to a lower note, well, that doesn't really do anything. You have to do something different. But don't worry, all you have to do is just pull it off. Way less effort than a hammer-on. And it really doesn't need to be any more complicated than that, but there is a little trick you can do to get some extra volume out of that second note. Like I said, you can just take your finger straight off the fretboard and it will work. But if you remove your finger at a slight downward angle, and ever so lightly let it catch on your skin on the way off, it will very subtly re-pluck the string and give it a little extra oomph. You can be too extreme with that though. I've told students about this and they'll end up just plucking the string with their finger, and all you're doing is hearing this note. You're not hearing two different notes. So you still need to pluck that note and then move downwards. On a guitar tab, a pull-off is indicated by a slur arch between a higher number going to a lower number, and sometimes there's a P in between the two numbers. Otherwise, you just have to know that a higher number going to a lower number with a slur arch can only be done by a pull-off. The setup for this exercise is going to be the same as the trill and hammer-on exercises. We're going to do one round starting at 60 beats per minute and working our way up to 120 beats per minute, doing open string pull-offs, where we go from 1 to 0, 2 to 0, 3 to 0, 4 to 0, and we do that on all the strings. Then we're going to go back down to 60 beats per minute, work our way up to 120 beats per minute, doing pull-offs between fingers 2 and 1, 3 and 1, 4 and 1, while keeping our pointer finger locked down. But I'm torn about something. I really like that second round for stretching out your hand, so I think locking your pointer finger down in the first fret while you do these other pull-offs will be really beneficial for you as an exercise. But in reality, setting up both fingers for pull-offs, especially a bunch in a row, will give you an uneven rhythm. Instead, you want to get good at walking your fingers. So when one finger's going down, the other one's moving up. That will even out the rhythm, but it's extra tricky with pull-offs because you have to time it out perfectly. So you have to make me a promise. You have to master round 2 both ways. First, while locking down your pointer finger to help you get a stretchier hand, and then another time focusing on walking your fingers so that you end up with even rhythm. And if you can make me that promise, then I think we're ready to move on. Go grab your guitar, let's try this out. Let's start with some open string pull-offs at 60 beats per minute. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. "70 beats per minute, ready, go. Here's 80 beats per minute. Ready, go. Here's 90 beats per minute. Ready, go. Here's 100 beats per minute. Ready, go. $110. Ready, go. Here's 120. Ready, go. Alright, now let's go back down to 60 beats per minute and anchor our finger down and then do pull-offs between 2 and 1, 3 and 1, 4 and 1. 1, 2, ready, go. Here's 70 beats per minute. Ready, go. Here's 80 beats per minute. Ready, go. Here's 90 beats per minute. Ready, go. 100 beats per minute. Ready, go. Here's 110. Ready, go. And here's 120. Ready, go. Hey, nice work! But did you master it both ways? Don't forget about that very sacred promise you made to me before we started. Well, you got hammer-ons down, you got pull-offs down. Now all that's left is to try applying them to the open pentatonic scale and the little pentatonic scale, and see if you can play them faster now that you only have to pluck half as many notes. And who knows, it might come in handy later. Wink, wink. All right, well, it's going to be the end of this one. And now I just need you to make one more promise for me. And this is a big one. I need you to promise me that you'll click these buttons. We could do a pinky swear. We could do a blood oath. I'm even down for legally binding contracts if that's what you're into. But I just need you to promise me that you'll click these buttons. Thanks. Bye.